Are we live? Yes, we are live. What is up? How is everyone doing on this beautiful Monday evening? On this beautiful but dark Monday evening. Oh boy. Announcements. Discord, real quick, like usual. Administration needs to be done. Cool. What is this? Top chat. I need to see live chat. Yes. All right. So we're going to do another session of our decentralized poker game, poker engine in Golang, and eventually also Solidity, right? So we're building this thing from scratch like usual, because we are the army of the high value engineers, and that's what we do. Interstellar, welcome my man. Arcadius, man, welcome. The president of the DAO. We here, Anthony GG, what's up? Victor, man, welcome. Welcome everyone. So basically, let me quickly see Git. Yeah, we don't need to see the Git log because I know where we ended. Main. So we have these two servers. One running at 3000, one running at 4000. Let's do a make run to see what we have. Everyday banger. That's exactly, man. You know where it's at. Yes, this handshake, incoming player failed hop, duplicate type received. Could be lyrics from Eminem. But I know what it's basically the GOP encoding. Let me, Visual Studio, please get me out of this thing. It's server decode. Do we have this? Yes, we have. So we want to try our own encoding decoding because we had this issue with the GOP encoder. And for the people that don't know what a GOP encoder is, it's I don't know, something from Golang itself, so we can actually encode Go structures, Go types, even Go interfaces, and send them over some kind of a connection, TCP, UDP, anything, any binary format. And I think GOP stands for Go binary or something, I don't know. Or Go object binary, I have no clue, something like that. But I know, oh man, what the hell, I'm dying, live on stream. This is our own encoding, but it didn't work. So if we're gonna delete this like this, and then I think we had. The problem is in the handshake, right? So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect with two or multiple peers, multiple players, multiple player servers, whatever you wanna call this, and we're gonna shake hands. So we're gonna say, hey, what's our version? What do you play Texas Hold'em? I'm playing something else. So I cannot join your game. What is your state? All that good stuff, right? Handshake, classical handshake stuff. TCP, distributed systems, shenanigans. So here we are sending our version, and actually we don't need this anymore. If we connect, so I'm gonna say, I think S send handshake like this, and then we say peer. That should be good, and then we can delete this here. All right. So if we run this now, only one is going to send a handshake, right? So we receive the handshake and we register a new player. That's good, right? But the problem is the outbound and the inbound peers. In this case, I think only the outbound peer is sending this. So what we're gonna do in TCP. So this peer has only a connection. We're gonna say if it's outbound, bound like this is gonna be a Boolean. Yeah. So if we connect, that means if you open up main, man, I'm rusty. Always. I think it's from too much videos and streaming. My voice is getting wrecked, just like all of you in crypto. That's not true. That's not true. So we call connect, right? Remote server is going to connect because players are gonna, let's say I'm starting a game and I'm waiting for players, and then somebody else can, I don't know, some kind of a DNS or something, can see who is open up for a game or something, and I can connect to that peer. And if somebody else connects to me, I need to let them know the nodes I'm connected to, you know, that stuff, right? That's how blockchains also work. It's being called peer discovery or something like that. So if we connect, we know that the peer is an outbound peer, right? So we're going to say outbound is going to be true, right? And then I think in our TCP, like here, we make another peer, right? Here, right? We are accepting, we are listening for new connections. So we could say that this peer is going to be, actually, Golang will make this outbound always false, but hey, just for the sake, we're going to put it in anyway. This will never be hit because we continue here. The only thing we need to do in server is basically so add a new peer. We're gonna start a read loop first, because if we do stuff here, man, do I have something to basically, nothing. I have nothing to drink. Bad news. I think we need to do it here, because we need to first start this loop. And then we're going to say if peer, if this is not an outbound peer, we're going to say send our version. Send handshake, right? And this is going to return an error, I guess. Yeah, we do. So let's check the error. Error nil. Oh, like this. We're gonna say actually, if we fail in handshake, we're gonna say peer connection close. So we drop the connection. And we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna say failed to send handshake peer. Yeah. Whoa, what's going on? And then we continue, right? Hey, look at this. That's what I call high value engineering. And if I die in this stream, give me a nice funeral and all that good stuff, right? You see, now it's working, right? Because Texas Hold'em. And if we say, for example, I'm playing not Texas Hold'em, but something else we need to figure out, and we make this make run. Handshake with incoming player failed. Invalid game variant. Texas Hold'em. End of file. Okay. peer. Oof. This could cause us a problem because we could close an already closed channel. That's a common error in Golang. A common error. Man, I cannot find the G spot. Yes. Add peer. We should also delete these peers, right? When do we do this actually? Del peer. Nowhere. Nowhere to be found. I think we should unregister these, but can we? This is not gonna work. We need to do this. Delete. Something like this, not quite sure. Well, handshake with incoming player failed. And why is that? Who is telling us this? Who is telling us this thing? And that should be Macron. So they both basically have an incoming fail, which is good because the game variants are basically or not corresponding. Is this the continuation of your poker game? Man, I'm still... Xis, yes. It is ABY. Xis ABY. It is a continuation. This is episode 3. This should be the follow-up on episode 2. Anyway, this is basically... where do we check this? Handshake. In handshake self. We can clean this up. That's okay. Invalid game variant. Yeah. We cannot say this. That's confusing. It should be game variant does not match. That's actually better, right? So we return an error like this. Game variant does not match Texas Hold'em. Yes, that's good. But the other one says end of file, and that's normally because the connection is dropped. So it's good for me, for now. I'm still unsecure. I'm still unsecure about these lines here. This deletion. Anyway, there's another channel, but still. All right, so we can delete this. Game state. I was thinking around, this is basically not a good word. I was thinking about status actually, or even a game status. A game status, there should be a game status, and then you could say game status, like this. And then we could say game status, a game status, and should be atomic accessible. Type game states. What's going on? Game status. This is literally my bad. Status. All right. So what we should do is actually also return in the handshake what the status of the game is, because if I'm connecting to somebody, he could be somewhere in a flop or in a turn or in a pre-flop river dealing around. I don't know. He could be in some state. So we know that. Game status. That's going to be the S game state, game status. Let's see. That should work. Yeah, I still have these in matching versions in main. I know. Text is whole. Make run. Yeah, we sent these things. I want to see this in the handshake. That was the thing. Yeah. I know what we're going to do. We're going to make this handler thing. We don't need it. So we're going to rename it. We're going to say message because we're going to send a whole bunch of messages. We don't need this thing anymore. Where is my message? It's in TCP. Like this, and then we're gonna open up a server and find the handshake. Joining from the gym. Oh man, I already went. Oh man, I can feel your pump in my own veins. I can feel it. What are you training, Akan? Tell me, what are you training? What is your split? What is your PR? Tell me how much you bench, tell me how much you squat, and tell me how much you deadlift. And your body weight, please. Handshake. Like this. And we're gonna say game variant, we're gonna also give us the game status. The game status is going to be I forgot. I forgot what it was. Game status. A game status. Simple. Handshake. Game status. Game status. We also need to send this, right? Where do we make this handshake? What is going on with this pointer? These mouse... These mouse things. Just finished a 5K run. I'm freaking pumped. Lots of coding tonight, man. That's exactly what it's all about. Go to the gym and code and repeat. That's what we do. And that's the name of the game. Send handshake. We're going to send the game status. Like this is going to be S game state game status. Make a run. Game status 0. Yes, that's normally, that's completely normal. That's because this is an uwin32. And we incrementing this from 0, this iota thing. This is basically an enum, right? This thing, this here, that's an enum in Golang. Well, it's not an enum, but it's basically an enum. It's how you create one. So we're going to say func g game status string, basically implementing the stringer interface, right? It's a stringer interface, so we could say, oh man, we need to do this nasty switch thingy. Switch g, GG. Good game. I'm gonna say switch g, no, case, game status dealing. What the hell is going on here? Game status dealing. I'm gonna say return. Let's make caps, why not? Return dealing. And what I want actually is also a game. Now I think about this, a game status waiting. And let that be the first one. Waiting, why? Because we can be dealing in the dealing round, right? We can be in the pre-flop, flop, turn, river, but each time we are basically done. Let's say we get our cards, right? And we see our cards pre-flop, and we say, what the fuck? This is 2-7, and I'm not gonna take. I'm out, right? You fold. Your status is then status waiting, right? Because you're waiting for the game to complete, and in this case, we could. It's important that we keep track of the players waiting, because let's say there are 5 players in the lobby, and everybody and 5 players are waiting, then we know we can do the next dealing round, right? Midnights. Hi, what up? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the army of the high value engineers. Yeah, so yes, that's the reason why we need this game status waiting. Game status waiting, return, waiting. Like this. And then we need to have a case. Oh man, do we need to do all these things? Damn. Pre-flop. Pre-flop. Flop. Ooh. Then we have turn, right? Like this, which is the turn. Oh man, and then the river. Cry me a river. Justin Timberlake. River, man, and like this. Army of the high value engineers. I love that. It is. We are the army of the high value engineers. Because we are already high value males and females and everything in between, right? But we are also the army of high-value engineers, software engineers, right? Also, okay, default statement, because on my channel we don't do to-do lists or whatever shenanigans these guys are doing these days, like I don't know, URL shorteners. Can you imagine building an URL shortener in 2022? Come on, guys, please. We are building decentralized poker engines, games. We are building blockchains from scratch, crypto exchanges from scratch. Literally, you can boot it up in production and trade. That's what we're doing here, man. Default. We're gonna say, should we panic? Nah. I'm gonna say return unknown. And we're gonna make this small caps just because it's like a little bit of dark. It's unknown, so we make it small. All right, so if we do this now, make run. And the reason why is it gonna work, because if your thing, your variable or whatever is a stringer, right? If it implements a string interface, it doesn't matter where you put that thing in. If Golang will infer that as a string. Because most of the time we do something like this, right? %s, right? And then we say game status in a function, in a log function. So this is a string, so it will infer, it will first check if your thingy has a string function. Isn't that amazing? I think it's amazing. How about my Golang blockchain on Google Cloud and deploy this poker app? We could. But like I mentioned, this is all educational stuff, right? This is to trigger our brains to learn. Akan, Army of the Engineers. Once again, I see these things coming in my chat, constantly the same thing. It's OBS repeating the chat. It's insane. I think I'm gonna check out Streamlabs soon. Make run, and we're gonna see what's happening. Okay, so status is waiting. That's perfect. And if we start a new game server, actually we don't care about the status. It's confusing. Okay, cool. Let's go to game state. And now it's going to be complex. Listen, this poker thing, it's going to be very complex. It's going to be, I think, more complex than our blockchain and our cryptocurrency exchange together. Don't underestimate this. Literally, nobody is doing this, right? Of course, there are some decentralized poker protocols out there, yeah, but you're never going to find this, somebody making this on YouTube. It's impossible. I'm the world's first. Literally, it is what it is. I need to be honest. But it's super complex, and I do this to challenge myself, right? And we can learn so much from it all together. That's what we do. That's the purpose of life, right? Keep improving yourself. We cannot stand still. So let me quickly hop into server to see what we're gonna do first. So first of all, why don't we actually test? Let's bring another player into the party, right? Main. How can we do this? Well, we can't actually, because we don't have like I will show you what I mean. So let's say we copy this, right? And we're gonna call this other CFG, and we're gonna say it's 3001. I'm gonna say this is other server, going to have the other CFG, and then we're gonna say other server, other server is not gonna connect. Let's say Copy this. Remote server. We're going to say it's other server connect. We're going to connect with, we can choose. Let's connect with, let's connect with the other one, 4000. This one. Yeah, we need to sleep. Of course, we cannot connect. How can we connect with a guy that's not connected yet? Let's do it here. I copy it. Make run. Let's see. You see, so now we have 3 players. The problem is we have 1, 2, 3, 4 handshakes. Is that... We should have 6 handshakes. Well, 6 handshake. Yeah, 6. Yeah. And the reason is because we don't respond with our peer list. We should do that each time. When I'm connecting to a node, because it's all decentralized, it's a peer-to-peer. It's completely async. There's nothing is in sync in this thing. So that basically means that if we're connecting to a node, it should respond with all his known peers. So we can connect to them, right? That's what we're gonna do. Maybe we should do that first. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And maybe we do this junk out of main after that. So we actually boot up a terminal, and we can actually, instead of doing it in the same code base, we boot up 2 mains with some flags, right? We can run our application with -- port, select a port, and then connect and select blah, blah, blah. Madina Kavarova, nice name. Hi, Anthony. Hello, Madina. How is your day? How is your day? My day is fine. You know why? Because you are here on my stream. And everybody else, of course. I have no clue how many people are watching, to be honest. I never check that. You know why? Because sometimes I have 0 viewers. And if I think there is always somebody viewing me, I always perform. You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest mistake of new streamers. They only say something when they see somebody is in the chat, but sometimes there is a little bit of lag. So the time they see there is somebody watching, it could be that guy is already peacing out, and so on. All right, so let's get back to business. We're gonna make this peer list thing. Maybe we should respond to peer list in the handshake message. That would be insane. That would be the best. Or maybe we send it afterwards. That could also be. So here, yeah. So here we're sending our handshake. So we could send a handshake. Let's try to put a peer list in the handshake. Does that make sense? Maybe and maybe not. I think it makes sense. How are we gonna call this? How do we call this? Bootstrap nodes, but that's bootstrap peers. Peer list. I'm gonna make it peer list, right? It's gonna be a list of netadder. No pointers. Like this. Yes. Actually, what happens if we... We're not gonna do it in handshake. I changed my mind. We're gonna say type peer list. Actually, we're gonna say message peer list is going to be a struct, and it's going to be very simple. Are we going to wrap it in a struct? Maybe we should just do something like message peer list, and we're going to say it's going to be net adder, a slice of net adder, right? Because we don't care, right? We don't care what version they play, because they play the same version. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in the other peer. What is going on? Something weird is happening in the chat, but it is what it is. All right, manage message peer list, net adder. That should be good. We cannot. This isn't gonna work, this payload thing. This should be an any type. It should be an any type for GOP encoding. Does this fuck up with our... no. Debusur. Good luck with the game. Thank you. Thank you so much. We will figure it out. We will figure it out. It's gonna take some brain cramps, but it will work. It will work. So message payload is gonna be an any. Why? Because we're gonna say MSG. There's always we're going to say the payload is going to be actually wait a minute. Where is TCP? TCP transport. I have a good idea, man. I have the best idea in the world. So open up message. This is going to be sick. So payload is an any now, right? It's an any or an interface. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. I think it's even a type. Look at this. Look at this. Type any interface. Oh, yeah. It's the same thing. Don't be fooled. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna set this up. So we're gonna say damn, I'm actually so confused. Wait. Man. Wait, we could do so. Faro. Fantastic content. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Hey, anytime. Anytime, man. These comments, is basically the reason why I'm doing this, right? Like I mentioned this, there is no money in the world that can replace the feeling of people appreciating your work, literally. It is. It is. So why are we making this message here? We could actually make the message on the local, send it over the wire, and just decode this with GOP. And this only works with GOP encoding. That's why I like it. It's not for production, I think. I would use proto buffers or something, but hey. And by the way, you can do this and message, or you could do the same thing with new message. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. You see? They are identical. Pointers. They make pointers. New makes a pointer, right? Message. So we're going to say if error is going to be GOP new decoder. It's going to be a decoder. And we're going to do it directly on the connection. Because I think if this is going to work, it's going to be much better. Because we have this buff, which we actually basically pre-allocate a buff of 10,024 bytes. But can you imagine that sometimes a message is basically bigger? Then we have a big problem, right? Because we're going to lose bytes and it's going to be corrupted. So we're going to stream this connection directly into this decoder. And we're going to say decode. Not sure if it's going to work. I'm just going to try. We're going to say MMSG, right, like this. If the error is not nil, yes, then we're going to say break maybe. Yeah, why not? It's a break loop, right? It's a read loop from the peer. So if he sends us junk and we cannot decode it, we say, get out of here. We don't care. So we break and then we go here and P close, connection close. So now we can just say, I'm going to leave it here because you never know. We're going to say MSG chan. We're going to, what's going on with visual? And we're going to pipe it in like this. Actually, this is bad. This. Yeah. Because we already have an address. Already a reference. Damn, is this gonna work? That would be nasty. Look at this. It's just I replaced. This is not gonna work, right? But this is handshake, right? Handshake is working because we. Let's test this. I'm gonna test this. I'm so curious, not gonna lie. If this works, I'm gonna sleep very well. Not quite sure if what's the situation with you, but my state, my peace of mind for the whole day and night is getting determined by the troubles I have or don't have when I'm coding. So if I have a good coding day and everything is, you know, nice and flowy, then I have a good day. But when I'm debugging stuff and it's you know, these days that basically it's those nasty debugging days, then I'm basically a mental piece of shit for the rest of the day. All right, so we have this thing. We're going to make a function. So we send handshake. You're going to say func server send peer list like this, an error, hop hop hop. Can't sleep easy if bugs are unsolved. Yeah, it is, man. Sandeep, I have the same thing. And then it's my girlfriend always says, "What's wrong with you? You're dreaming." No, I'm not dreaming. I'm solving the bugs in my head. And when I sleep, the same thing. That's why I always take my laptop before and set up Twitch, and I watch something, I don't know, some simple game like StarCraft 2 or something, or some people playing a game, so I can be distracted and I can fall asleep. Otherwise, I'm thinking hours and hours on things I could do for the stream, things. Oh man. Send peer list. And we need to know actually what peer we're going to send it to, right? So we're going to say peer. And then we're going to say, we need to encode this thing. So we're going to make a peer list. We're going to say the buffer. No. It's going to be make me a slice of net addresses, and it's going to be the length of the peers we have in our map, right? Because we are going to send our peers to this guy, the connecting player, and we need to be very careful that we don't send his address. But yeah, we can deal with that later on. So peer list is this thing. And then we're gonna add peers here, right? But I'm gonna it's gonna be a new bytes buffer if error. Now we need to decode this, right? A gop new encoder. That's going to be the buffer, right? And then we're going to say, because buffer is a writer, encodes this peer list. Peer list, like this. Man, this. And if the error is not null, we're going to return the error, right? And then we're going to say return peer send buff bytes, like this. Buff bytes. So now we need to, we're going to add these peers soon. I'm going to add this peer soon. I'm just curious what's going to happen. And you will see what I mean. Handle message, we're going to say panic reflects type of MSG. Small trick. Reflect type of, you can see what the type is. You could also do some other stuff, but it's just for debugging. Reflect should only be used for debugging purposes or for some annotation library or something. You could also do unsafe size off if you want to do unsafe shit. Yeah, so handle message. So we're going to panic if we get one, and hopefully we get this peer message, and that should be good. Because if this reflect type of tells us that it's a peer list, then this stuff we did here basically works, and that's nice. So if the peer is an outbound, right, that basically means if it's not an outbound, it basically means it's an inbound, which is somebody that dials us, that's connecting to us, and that's only the only case we are going to send the peer list. Directly if he connects. So he connects, we do a handshake. If that is all good, we're going to say, again, if error, and we're going to split this out very soon because it's getting nasty. If R is S send peer list to this peer, and the error is not null. Man, what's going on here? Not null. Then we're gonna... Man, as you see my keyboard, I need to buy a new one. Very, very... It's sticky, it's hanging, it's not good. We're gonna say error F. Peer list error S. Like this. What I'm gonna do real quick, yeah, I can't. That's not good. Wait. Maybe our thing didn't work after all. Oh yeah, you see, we need to... Maybe it's an error. Probably it is here. Probably here is an error. We're gonna say decodes message error. SR. Of course, we are idiots. Damn it. Of course, we cannot send this peer list over the wire like this. We need to look at this. Allee, nobody's telling me this. We need to make a message, right? Because in the previous version, before we had this, right, we assumed that we are getting some arbitrary data, and we created a message on the client side. But now we're gonna, well, on the remote side, basically. But now we're gonna make this message on on the other side. Oh my god. Message is going to be a new message like this. Maybe you could make a constructor or something, but it is what it is. Actually, let's do this real quick. New message. We're going to say from net header, and the payload is going to be any. Going to return a pointer to a message. I'm going to say return the message from. It's going to be from, and payload is the payload. Done. So we can say here new message. What do we need? From s-listen address. Yeah, and the payload is going to be the payload is nanny. That's good. That's very good. We can say peer list, right? Yeah. I can see it. And what is this here? Damn, that's nasty. A net header, and now I need to make a net header from a string. Why is this a net header? You're probably wondering. That's because in our server, the peer list is a net header. So we basically use the connection, the remote address of the connection as the key, and then the peer, the pointer to the peer as the value. And so we can easily track if there is a new connection. We can check in this map directly from the remote header if we have this peer and blah 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 and yada yada yada. You get the point, right? But the thing is, this listen address is a string, right? And we need a net header, and that's nasty because a net header is this. Hey, that's actually very easy. Look at this. A net header is basically just a bunch of string. So we can fix this, right? So if we open up server, wait, that's a nether. Of course, it's a net. Yeah, net. You see, this remote adder returns this, right? Look at this. Okay. God damn it. I'm gonna do something. This is so nasty. I don't like this. How can I do this, man? It sounds very simple, but it's just annoying. Look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hack this thing. So we're gonna trick the compiler. So we're gonna make this net adder, which is a string, and then we're gonna say, I'm gonna say this. Look at this. We're gonna say this net adder string. Whoa, what's going on? Yeah, string like this, and then we're gonna say return net adder. This type thing is not the best. Can we do this? Man, it's a string, man. Wait, it cannot be, so we need to do this. I thought it would work, but apparently it isn't. Man, it's so confusing. Yes, this is working, and we do the same thing. What do we need? Network, same thing. Network. Actually, oh man, we could be in trouble. Not sure. Network's gonna be. We need to have TCP, right? It's this small caps here. TCP. Not quite sure it's gonna work, to be honest. So this is not, this needs a net adder. So now we can say basically net adder, and we wrap this thing inside here, right? And then it's satisfied. And then we, instead of doing this GOP encoder buff peer list, we say it's going to be the message. And it's probably going to give us an error. And I know exactly what error it will return us. It will say we need to register the interface for the GOP encoding. Yes, you see? Peer list error, GOP type not registered for interface. Net adder. Okay. How are we gonna do this? I'm gonna say funky needs. And init is basically getting called each time you, one time, it's getting called the first time you access that file. It's getting, the first time it's the compiler compiles your file. It calls init. Very powerful, but again, with a lot of power comes great responsibilities. I think it's going to be GOP register, and then I need to do, I think it's peer list or something. No, peer list is a type itself, yeah. Peer list. I think it's message peer list, is it? What the hell is going on here? Message peer list, what the hell? Maas Web3. What up, man? Bringing fire in the chat. That's what I want to see. I think we have a little issue, and I swear to God, this is going to be the last one of the. I think the next stream we do with this poker shenanigans, we are going to do some more interesting stuff, because I could imagine that all these TCP decoding and encoding is boring as fuck. But it needs to happen, man. It needs to happen. It is what it is. So we make this peer list, but that's not what we want. Actually, I really hate this message peer list that is, you know what, we do this. I hate this so much. I'm gonna do this and say peers. Like this, man. Peer list is going to be a message peer list, and then I say this. Peers is going to be peers, or actually, yeah, and this. Hop, hop, hop. New message peer list. Yeah. Now we need to go up and code this stuff, of course. Go up register, message peer list, and do we need the address? I don't think so. Let's go. And we can't, of course. Oh my goodness, this is nasty. Why is this? Peer type not registered for interface. Peer-to-peer net adder. That's basically in this TCP thing, right? You know, I have a better idea. I have a much better idea. Again, sometimes you need to change your mind. Because these peers, right? They don't need to be net addresses, because we're gonna use them to dial, right? We're gonna receive this list of peers, and then we're gonna just dial these connections, and we can dial with just strings, right? Sometimes, man, hey. We need to do this. This peer list needs to be registered for sure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the plan real quick. We're going to make a 980, a 720. I mean, we're gonna do this string. From is gonna be easy, because it's gonna. This needs to be a net add. Just rewind a couple seconds, and you never see this. This is not. This did not happen. But this is good. Message. I swear to God, I'm gonna make this work. Yeah. I could literally cry, not gonna lie. Why does it need this net adder? We're not sending this over the fucking wire. What's going on? We do. Okay, cool. How do we do this? This is not gonna work. How do we register an interface? I need to look this up. Type not register for interface. What's going on? All right. Register. That's what we just see, right? Register records a type, an event. File is an any. So why can I not register my own interface? That's a question. This is not a type, right? That's what you're gonna say. I know. Maybe this is gonna work. Maybe this is gonna work. Please. No. It's the peer-to-peer net editor. That's the problem. It's not it's our own type, and that's because it's the second time that net adder is causing me issues, and it's so simple. It's literally so simple that it's frustrating, right? You know what? Let's try something else. Let's say from you're a string. From now on you're a string. Yeah. And this will solve because netadder is a string, right? It's just an interface. Because we know it's TCP and we know exactly the layout of the address of the ports. So basically now it's should be good, right? All right, now we have this thing. That's good. Now we have this this error, which basically is exactly what we wanted for, because we have this panic deflect type of this thing. So now we're gonna say you could say logres with fields like this, logres fields, I guess. Message from received message. Yeah. From is going to be message from, which is a string, right? And then we're going to say switch. Switch MSG payload, but we're going to switch on the type. So we're going to say switch v type. like this. And then we're going to say case message peer list. You're going to say panic peer list, whatever. What's going on? Wait, we could say real quick fmt printf %v like this, verbose, new line, v, right? And normally it should be a peer list, right? Received message, yeah. Yes. You see, received message from. So we both send it because we have 3 nodes, blah blah blah. It's all working fine. Trust me. Trust. Yeah. So we handle the message server. Let's do the handling of the incoming messages here. Those functions. As server handle peer list. You could say L. Is this a pointer? I don't think GOP returns pointers, to be honest. It's going to be a message peer list. You're going to return an error. What is this mouse cursor doing? Like this. For list peers, and then we're gonna dial, right? We're gonna get the peers, we're gonna loop over them, and we're gonna dial them, and we have a connect function, right? We have a connect function, so we're basically gonna say a return. Actually, we can actually boot up goroutines, right? If we want. We cannot return, right? Because if one fails, if that is going to be s connect, we're going to connect with L peers y is a string. If the error is not null, then we're going to say logres error f. We're going to say fail to dial peer, and we're going to say R. And maybe we should print out the address or whatever, but hey, what you're going to do, right? If he prints out the address, you're going to go to his home, kick his ass. Yes. Man. So that's important because if we have this peer gossip protocol, this connection that we can connect with everybody, if we have that, then the next thing we're gonna do is shuffle the deck, encrypt the deck, send it to. We're gonna do amazing stuff. But this is very mandatory to have. If there's another, we're gonna continue, right? Because and actually. Maybe you could say, maybe go routine. Yeah, sure. Go routine. That's for later on. Because it doesn't matter. It's all asynchronous, right? This whole peer-to-peer, nothing is in sync. Everybody is basically doing what he wants. So we can send these dial with these peers, no matter, it does not matter the order. It does not matter what happens. So basically this error is obsolete, right? Let's put it here. To do fix me, right? So Okay, handle peer list. So if we have the peer list, hey Anthony, Neil, what is up, man? Welcome. Neil. Yeah, manage peer list. We're gonna, for now, we're gonna say return handle. What's going on here? Server handle peer list like this, and then v. Yes. No. Yeah, it is a pointer. I don't know if it is. Is it? It isn't. Like I mentioned, GOP does not decode in pointers. Very important, because this can basically cause you a week of debugging. But I already mentioned this. So it works, right? Because if I panic here, if I panic now, we are in this thing. Make run. Who needs a debugger? Nobody. Boom. You see panic working? That's your debugger. That's how you debug as the best. All right, so it's failed to dial a peer, of course, because we don't send anything to you, my man. We're gonna fix this. Here, peer list. We make this peer list. Now we need to do something nasty, because our peer list is a map, right? So we're gonna say for underscore for other underscore, because that's the peer. And anyway, you could, doesn't matter, you could do whatever you want. Range s peers like this. This is a string, right? Is it? Yeah, net address. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And that's why we need an iterator, right? We need something like y or it. We're going to be 0. And then we're going to say peer list peers it equals adder string, eh? Yeah. What is this? We don't need to do this. We can arrange over keys. That's amazing. I didn't know this trick. Working over 10 years with Golang and don't know this. Can you imagine? You see? We learn every day. I probably knew this, but I never used this. Right? Because we can do this. Because we... Oh, my eyes. Because we pre-allocated this peer map, peer list, peer array, peer slice, whatever, exactly with the length of the peers. So that should be Gucci. We're gonna assign the address. That's all good. We're gonna... Yeah. Okay. The only thing I want to double check is basically if we are not sending this guy his own address. No, because we only add him here, right? So we don't have it in our peer map. Yeah, man, this is amazing. I can feel it. I can feel it coming. Well, we have no errors, but now we need to... I think we're missing some handshakes, by the way. Wait. So let us open up our scenario, right? We are mimicking. Wait, I'm gonna open up main here because it's, and then server the other side. All right, because I wanna make this work today. We're gonna make this clean. We're gonna say we're gonna make a function to do this. We're gonna say func make server. Can you guys? Yeah. We want the only thing we want is the address string, and that's the only thing we want. And it's going to return us a server. Look at this. I'm gonna put this up at the top, I mean, so you guys can see this better. So we're gonna do this, right? Hop, 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 hop. Are we going to start this? Make server and start verbose. This is gonna be the port. Hop. They're all gonna play the same version. They're gonna play the same variant. We're gonna make this server. Yes. We're gonna make this guy. We're gonna go server start. And then we're gonna return the server, if that makes sense. That basically means that we can delete all the shenanigans. And we're gonna say player, oh yes, oh, player A is gonna be make server. What's going on? Yes. This guy. This guy is going to be 3000. Okay. 3000. Man, you see, I'm so excited that I can't type anymore. Oh, let's check real quick if there are chat managers or something. No. All right. So what we're gonna do is make server and start player A. We're gonna say player B. He's gonna be 4000, and we're gonna make three players for now. Hey, let's build it up because otherwise our screen will be insane to manage. 5, you see, beautiful. Wait for now. Let's underscore is player A. There's a little bit of a cheat code. This is going to be player B, so the compiler does not complain. And we're going to say player C is going to... Can I do this? Go. Peer-to-peer. Yeah. Player C is going to connect with let's say player A. We could give the address, or we could say this. That's maybe a little bit better, right? That we need to change only the port here, and it will reflect on everything else. Right. So let's see what's going to happen. Nothing yet. Nothing really yet. The only thing I want to make sure is that if we have 3 players, if player A connects to B, or if B are connected to A, and we connect C to B, everybody should have everybody in his list, if that makes sense. They should all have each other in their peer list. That's the goal. That's the most important thing. And if you have 10 players, they should, and I connect to one player, I should have the addresses of all the other players so I can connect with the whole network. Without knowing the other network, by just connecting with one, I should be able to connect with everyone. That's the beautiful orchestration, gossip orchestration of peer-to-peer. It's like gossip, right? That's why they call it gossip, right? Because you tell one secret to your girlfriend, and the next day the whole family knows it, right? That's the same thing with this. My attention span is literally even big as a hamster. It's crazy. Yeah, let's just make a run to see what's going on. All right, so we have three thingies. That's good. The reason why we that's fine. So everybody has a poker server running. Yeah. But the problem is we connect, but we need to sleep a little bit. The reason why we need to sleep is because actually what we can do is make it a little bit more convenient and sleep here. Time sleep. Why? Because if we do not sleep here for a little bit, time second or something is enough. Like this. We boot up the coroutine and then we directly try to connect, but I'm so sorry. But the server is not ready yet, you know? It's still doing coroutine stuff. It's not ready yet. And I'm beating up my own mic. I'm just Bob Ross, but with his brush. Yeah. So if we sleep, then I think it should be all good. And we should have one connection. Yes. So that's good, right? 3 players. We received a handshake. And it's a little bit hard to see who's connecting with who. But we have 2 handshakes. That's perfectly fine. Because right now, C is connected with A. And now I want to say, player B, connect me with player C. Wait, because I think we have a little issue. No, it isn't. We don't have an issue. No. We don't have it. Make run. It's good, but not good enough. We should have six handshakes, right? 2 handshakes per connection. And we have 3 nodes. 2 times 3 is 6. But we're getting there, right? We have a little bit of a cleaner environment. The next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make this work. Because that would be nice, then I don't need to deal with this the next thing. Because we don't know what's actually inside of this peer list. So we could say fmt print f %v voor super verbose modus l peer list hop man hop boom. We don't get nothing. That's too bad. That's really bad. I'm so sad, to be honest. Why is this? That's strange, because why don't I have any logging of peer list while this panic is going? This is real inconsistent behavior. So we get... I'm a little bit confused because I swear to God that we didn't have this in the first run. Alright, this is really bad behavior. There's also no error, right? Because otherwise we would see this. So we're sending this handshake, and if this handshake is done, we send the peer list. Hey, look at this. I don't know if this... I mean... Did I see... I wasn't even looking for this error. But apparently it is one. Holy shit. Like I mentioned, that was not the error, but still. So I'm getting an empty list. Because it is empty, eh? Of course it So C connects with A. We need to sleep here, right? Because I mean, you need to know that we are booting these things up after each other in the same function. That's not the real environment, right? It's not that you're going to boot up your PC, start your decentralized poker game. At the same time, I'm going to connect to you. That's impossible, right? You need to give this time to basically, yeah, to finish. You're still connecting, and you're already asking for peer lists. That's impossible. Let's do it again. I think that's the issue. You see, now we have a peer list. That's good. Let's do it again. That's why the first time it worked, and then it was some inconsistent behavior, because sometimes you see somebody has 3000. That's A, right? That's perfectly fine. But A is 3000. C connects to A, and we connect to C. So we should get this 3000 port as a peer, so we can connect as B to A. And then we are done, right? No. And I swear to God, like debugging these protocols is legit crazy, man. You need to be a madman. You need to be a madman. Received message from 5,000. Yes, exactly, right? It's from 5,000. We received the peer list from 5,000. This is 5,000. We received the peer list. That's good. Once again, and then we're going to see why we are not connecting. Yes. Good. I don't know, 3,000 sending peers. That's normally because we connect. That's the first one, right? So C connects to A, but A doesn't have any peers yet. So we send no peers. We don't connect to peers. That's all good. It's all fine. That's the way it's intended. All right. So why are we not connecting? That's the last thing we need to do, and then we can call it a day. And then we can call it a day. Everybody's so quiet today, man. It's crazy. You guys are focusing or something? Like in the zone? Okay, why are we not connecting? That's a good question. So we got a peer list, but we don't do literally nothing. We do not even log any error message. That's crazy. Let us do this real quick. We should be here. I don't know, not quite sure why I'm testing this, but we should be here at all times. It's the way it is. Of course we're there. I knew it from sometimes you're doubting yourself. So we connecting, but there is no error. Why is this? I'm gonna open up the same file in another thing so I can, sometimes I do this. You open up the same file in two windows so you can actually go up and see the other thing next to you here and then open up another function on the other side. It's crazy, but I do this. I know. Handle peer list. Connect, that was our connect, the function, that's what I need. And actually we could do, no. Connect. Outbound is true, that's 100% correct. So that should work, okay? Maybe logrus is broken or something, I don't know. Make run. Kira, hey big army. What's up, man? What up, Kira? What the hell's going on? Now I'm super confused. Super confused. Oh, I'm super, now I'm actually completely lost. We are blocking up connect. One, we do a dial timeout because we don't want to. Oh boy. I think I know what's going on. Maybe you are blocked on a channel. Uy. Yes, we are blocked. Are we? Oh man, this is nasty. We could do, wait, look at this. Is this the problem? I don't think so. This cannot be the problem. Is it? Confusing. What is up, Kira Kira? How is your day? Okay, we are here. You know this? This, I think here is a problem. This add peer, yes. I think this is a problem. We're gonna block on the add peer channel. Please say that it's true. No, it's not true. Then there is only one way. Then it's here. Go debugging at its finest. What the hell? Yeah, of course. Oh man, yeah. I understand. Somebody is... Because we're in all these servers at the same code, right? Of course, one will trigger this panic. I understand. Print F, and then we're gonna say maybe this con with a verbose, and of course a new line. Come on, let's go. That should be right. Yeah, it's of course one con. Man, I'm confused. I'm really do. Keep going, sir. Yeah. Well. I'm getting a cold, I can feel it. So 2 players can connect perfectly. Actually, we can connect, every connect is working. The only thing that's not working is the peer list for something. But can we actually do this? Should we do... We do address, right? This is just this porting. Let us do... Let us try something. We're gonna say port is gonna be... no. Parts is gonna be strings. Splits. L... Peers Y on this thingy. I think actually net has some tools for this. Port net host port split host port. Look at this. Look at this. Man, I knew this. Look at this net split host port. Look at this function. You give the host port and it gives you the host and the port. I swear to God, you did not know this. Man, I'm gonna make a short of this. Man, how many times are you splitting this thing in your life? And there's literally a standard library, a function in a standard library doing this for you. And if you don't know this, you will never find it out. Split host port. Comment in the chat if you knew this. The host port. That's going to be, of course. What's going on? It's going to be the L Pierce Y, and it's going to be split host port. So I assume it's going to be the host and the port. So we don't need the host. We need the port. And then we say yup, port in here. Also an error probably. Is it? Of course. You know what? I don't even care about the error. What do you say about that? Make a run. Not quite sure if this is going to solve our thing. Probably not, right? But you can. We can't, right? Missing port. Yeah, whatever, man. Can we actually dial? I was so happy with this function, and now actually it did not do anything because it split the host and the port, but in Golang it expected a semicolon to be in front of this thing for some reason, and I think host port doesn't split it that way. Of course not, because you split it, so it's garbage. But I'm thinking, can it connect with right? This is our addresses. This is our peer list, right? It's the local host thingy. The question is it gonna work? It is working. Yeah. We can connect like that. Anyway, wait. Should be the same, right? I'm just trying all these things. I'm so sorry, but maybe you already figured it out. It could be. Yeah. Wait, I'm gonna do some logging to see what's going on. So we're gonna actually do it in server here. Servers, we go to connect here, and you're gonna say real quick a logres thingy, info. Actually, we're gonna do this. fmt print f dialing vs, I mean the adder. And of course, our new line. We're dialing from 4,000 to this 3,000 thing, right? And that's basically we are dialing from player B to C. No. This is correct. So we connect with we connect with C, yes, and C is connected with A. It's very complex, and C is going to return this as its peer list, and that's the thing we are actually handling. So that's correct, right? So we're dialing from 4,000 to is perfectly fine. It's amazing. The question rather is in this server thing, are we actually dialing? And let's make sure we are here. So because it could be that we're blocking on this channel for some reason. You never know. We're going to say dial from blah, 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 successful, right? You see why I'm doing this? I had this feeling, but we were placing these panics, right? These panics, and these were triggering. Yeah, of course they were triggering, right? Because we have 3 nodes. So you see, this is working, right? Dial from 4,000 to 5,000 successful, right? So our panic triggered, our system is broken, and yeah. But we know it's this channel. Is now we know what the cause is. It's this channel. I'm pretty sure. Look at this. Is this fucking channel? It's blocking because I know why it is. I think it's going to be a good lesson. It's going to be a good lesson because you will encounter this if you do Go and this concurrency stuff. Yeah, you see, it's now it says successful, right? And below this channel it isn't. So that basically means that this channel is a blocking channel. And why is that channel blocking? That's I can fix this in a blink of an eye, but it's not the right way to fix. Let me show you. The only thing I need to do is here, I can say here 10 or 100 or something, and I think it's gonna work perfectly fine now, right? Yeah, you see, now it's working, right? It's dialing. Because we have, wait, let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, we have 6 handshakes. That's what we need. Something is wrong, and I don't know what it is. Somebody is dialing again for some reason, and that's not needed. Why is that? I don't know. We need to debug this, but that's the least of our concerns, right? What is this weird peer? This is a local Go routine address or something. Anyway, a local address instead of a remote. Yeah. So why is this? Why is it not working with this? Let's do it again. And that's because, you see, we are basically blocking here, right? The thing is, let me open up. Yeah, we are in server. I will show you. Very important lesson. It's this. And I'm going to use my mouse for one time. So this loop, right? What happens is that, let's say we have some logic in this case statement, right? Or the thing is happening. I'm going to exactly tell you what's happening. We are at this thingy. We are handshaking here in this add piece function logic, right? But the problem is that as long as you're not done with this logic, as long as this loop is going back, right? Because you're selecting here case, case, case. But as long as you are doing some logic, it does not matter in which case it is. You cannot receive from a channel. You are basically sending to the channel, but nobody is responding. So you wait until this logic is done. But because it's a recursive thing, because we're doing this handshake and adding peers here and all that shenanigans, we basically keep waiting, and we will never, because we call connect, right? We call connect, and we call connect in our handshake. That's the thing. That's the problem. We are calling connect in our handshake here. Set peer list, We're on handshaking, but the problem is we are connecting here. And that's why this channel cannot proceed. And we block. So how do we fix this? We can buffer this channel. But if you buffer that channel, then the whole principle of concurrent safe adding and deleting peers is completely gone. Or we need to add peers and delete peers in a separate Go routine. Maybe I should do that. No, it's not going to help us. Anyway, what I'm going to do for now, I'm going to make it a little bit unsafe. It's this add peer. I thought, I knew this. I'm going to make this, for example, we could say 10 or 2 or 3. It doesn't really matter. Let's say 10 or 100. You choose. It's the buffer of the channel. So basically what happens is that you can send directly more into this channel instead of waiting until another one has done with reading from that channel, right? If that makes sense. Wait. Yeah, let's make it just buffered. And then we will just proceed. Everybody is connected, right? The whole team, the whole crew. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 handshakes. That's good. And let us do one more test to make sure it works. If we have 4 players, let's make a player D. Let's make this guy 6,000 or something. So we connect to C connects to A. Let's make something different. Let's do a little bit better. B connects to A. Wait, let me just clear up this highlighting thing. Deletes here. It's not working. And do it like this. It's not working either. This is working. Hop. We're gonna connect to player A. Listen address, yes. Right, then we're gonna say player C is going to connect to player B. And player D is going to connect to player C. And if it all goes well, they should all be connected to each other. So that basically means we should have 8 handshakes instead of 6. Of course, there is some issue that somebody is willing to dial a nasty address, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. But we can count the handshakes and that we fix the rest later on, right? So we have... I'm going to count the successful handshakes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, I got a lot of handshakes. I think we need more. Wait, I think it's exponential, to be honest. Okay, so some nice. I'm gonna debug this. No worries. We're gonna fix it. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up for now because it's getting so complex. But we're making some good progress, and I swear to God, this was almost the last. Once we have this fixed, then we can actually send. Then we have the whole team connected, and then we can send our deck and do our stuff, the cool stuff, right? Oh man, I'm so sorry. Sometimes it's very complicated. Don't get me wrong. These things. But I'm thinking, so we should actually, I think it works because anyway, we're gonna debug this and fix all these errors and see if it all works, if it's correct what we are trying to do. And I'm already thinking on what could go wrong, to be honest, what the issue was of these things. You see, I'm curious. Once again, I'm gonna do it one. I cannot let it go. I know this is the... These connections are coming from the outbounded connections. And these are coming from the main. Right, okay, so you see it works, right? This peer list. We get 2 peers. And you see here we get 3 peers, right? And that's the issue. You see this? What happens? These are these shenanigans here. This address is the same as this, right? So for some reason, we got a local, I don't know what. This address is coming from a routine or something, from outside of the main, I think. A local address. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it tries to dial this, right? Because it's a peer list, we dial it, and it says, yo, I cannot dial this. Who the fuck is this guy? That's exactly what it's telling us. So we need to fix it. It's not the first time I encountered this issue. It's pretty an easy fix, but my focus is literally in the Bahamas right now. Cool. Are there any questions? Anything else you want to talk about? It does not matter. Look at this beautiful thumbnails, man. That's what I also need to do. Making thumbnails. It's crazy. Making thumbnails, man. And I need to make them good because otherwise you guys don't click on them. Woo! It was a pretty intensive thing. I needed to... My brain. Git commits. Is fixed. Hop encoding. And whip peer list. Git push origin master. Let's go. If you want to play around with it, it's on GitHub. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing if you like this content. And if you're not in the Discord, you should also consider that, because we are helping each other to become high-value engineers, right? If you have questions about this poker series, then you can always come to the Discord and ask some questions, and I will resolve them for you. So if nobody has questions, then I'm going to wrap the stream up. I'm going to wait for two more minutes, because I know sometimes there is some lag, and I still need to figure out how much lag there is. And what is going on? What's the Discord name? Chichi. Sorry. It's in the description, normally, in one of the other videos. Wait, let me try to copy Nightbot. Copy. Paste. Boom. I think this is the Discord link. And the next, probably tomorrow we're gonna... I will think about how we can fix this issue real quick, so we can start sending our deck over the network, encrypt our deck. So the way it's gonna work is we're going to have a list of players, and we're going to do a cycle of dealers, right? So first of all, the first in the list will be the dealer at the start. He will shuffle the deck, encrypt it with his key. Send that deck to everyone, that encrypted deck, to everyone, right? Everyone receiving the deck will basically shuffle it again, encrypt that, each card, right, with his key, and send it back again until everyone has basically shuffled and encrypted. And then we need to do, I will show you what we're going to do. I know how it is. It's an already existing encryption peer-to-peer shuffle protocol, and we're going to use that. But that are the basics. So it's going to be very intense, but very, very nice. Very educational. And of course, these videos are always saved as a replay, so you can skip my bullshit and go directly where you want, or speed it up or slow it down. And if you have questions, you can always ask me. Good. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks everyone for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow or in the Discord or in another video. Bye bye. Cheers.